Have you ever had to put a spoiled brat in their place? My entitled college roommate thought her daddy's money could buy her way out of everything until she tried to get me expelled for being too poor to deserve our scholarship. Madison came from old money and never let anyone forget it. Her parents had donated millions to the university, so she acted like she owned the place. I was there on a full academic scholarship from a working-class family. My parents cleaned offices at night to help pay for my textbooks and living expenses. Madison hated that I had the same scholarship status as her, despite being what she called charity case trash. She'd make comments about my thrift store clothes and discount groceries. When I got selected for the prestigious honors program that Madison had been rejected from, she lost it completely. Madison started a campaign to get me kicked out of school. She filed false complaints claiming I was cheating, stealing, and violating the honor code. She even planted expensive items from her room in my backpack and then reported them stolen, hoping to get me arrested for theft. The administration initially took her seriously because of her family's influence, but I had something Madison didn't expect: evidence. I'd been recording her harassment and documenting her attempts to frame me. I also had witnesses who'd seen her plant the stolen items. When Madison realized her plan wasn't working, she escalated to her nuclear option. She convinced her father to threaten pulling all donations unless I was expelled. The university president called me into his office and explained the situation. Madison's family was threatening to bankrupt several programs if I stayed enrolled. That's when I revealed my secret weapon. Madison didn't know that my uncle was an investigative journalist who'd been following my story. He'd been documenting Madison's family's shady business practices and tax evasion schemes while investigating university corruption. My uncle had discovered that Madison's father had been using his university donations as illegal tax write-offs while secretly profiting from construction contracts. The evidence was damning enough to not only expose the family's crimes, but also implicate university officials who'd been taking bribes. I gave the university president a choice: expel me and face a massive federal investigation, or deal with Madison properly. The next day, Madison was called into the dean's office and informed that her behavior constituted harassment and academic misconduct. But the real punishment came when the IRS launched their investigation based on my uncle's evidence. Madison's family lost millions in back taxes and penalties. Her father was arrested for fraud, and the family's reputation was destroyed. Without their dirty money, the university cut ties with the family completely. Madison had to transfer schools and lost all her social status. The scholarship program was restructured to prevent wealthy families from buying influence over academic decisions. Madison went from being the most privileged student on campus to a cautionary tale about entitled behavior. She had to get a job for the first time in her life and learn what real work actually meant. Her trust fund was frozen as part of the federal investigation. I graduated summa cum laude and gave the commencement speech about overcoming adversity and standing up to bullies. Madison's attempt to destroy my future ended up destroying her own family's legacy instead. Sometimes the best way to put spoiled brats in their place is to let their own corruption expose them.